lead for UPenn. Mentioned it earlier, but he's playing in his first ever Bonspiel. He'll send this one down sheet number 3 at the RPI, or excuse me, the Schenectady Curling Club. Both of these teams winning 3 times to get here to the championship. The first from Jack Neal is a good one. And now McGoodwin. Little bit of pace to this one. As McGoodwin looks for the takeout here. Might clip it. No, just missed. Neal's second, so his favorite color is purple. That's good because it's Sunday and the Vikings are playing Seattle, so today my favorite color is purple too. Engineers look to set up a guard here. Well, maybe not. Not exactly what they wanted. Curling, a very fickle game. The Engineers currently are on the short end of the stick. Here's the Elena Chapman stone on its way in. Looks good. Does it have too much on it is the question. The answer is yes. But the takeout does the job. Joseph Skolsky. Reddy's in the hack. Skolsky, well done. RPI sitting shot rock here. Long way to go here in end number 4. But needing something, down 5-1 here. That throw from Klosser takes out the guard. Or excuse me, Chapman. Here's the second from Skolsky. Decent weight on this one. It's going to clear that stone. RPI putting the pressure on at end number 4. They have the hammer. Here's Meyer. Carly Meyer. Oh, slipped a bit out of the hacks. See how that affects this throw. That might split them, and it does right on through the house. Now the Engineers a chance to try and take advantage. They need a big end somewhere down the road. Cardinal will deliver here. The junior Kemi says she's learning Chinese. Looking to set up some protection. And that one will find the outer ring of the house. RPI sitting 3 and with the hammer here in end number 4. What are the plans for Meyer's second stone? We'll find out. It's going to be a takeout. Still pretty open, still pretty clear what the Engineers are going to look to do here. Take out that U-Penn stone and maybe try to hide it over on the left side of the house. Here's Cardinal's second, the vice skip for RPI. Way too hot here. Well, is it going to have a chance? Got it. Not exactly what the Engineers were trying to do. And is it? Looks like it's still on. Just by a hair. You can't tell from the overhead. Although the folks on RPI TV can see it. Nice look there from Matt Petraeus. Right down a nice level. So RPI sitting 3 by a hair. We'll see what Cody Klosser has in mind for the Quakers. We thank you for joining us this morning in Schenectady, New York. A little bit of a chilly day, although a little bit warmer than it was last night. Cody Klosser, a 15-year curling veteran. If you do the math, he had to be, what, 5 maybe? He started. Take out. Got it. Takes out that lead stone. Just the skip left for RPI now. Chris Seeley. And a chance to put up a crooked number here in end number 4. Down by 4. Seeley makes his way back to the far end. Looking for more cover. Decision time here. Quakers contemplating the double here. This is not easy in the slightest. Lots of room between these stones here. But RPI has done a good job here in the 4th end to force this decision upon UPenn. RPI with the hammer, of course. An attempt at a double from the Quakers. So to clearly take the first one, the takeout was clean. And the Engineers, if they play this right, will take 3. In a wide open house for Seeley and the Engineers. Pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of pressure on these type of shots. That's why it goes on the shoulders of the skip here. Here it is. At least needs to take out this stone. If he can get it to stick, even better. Looks like he got it. Will it stay in the house is the last question. No, the Engineers will pick up 2 and make it a 5-3 game after 4. So not the best case scenario, but picking up 2. Nothing to complain about here. We head to end number 5. And Jack Neal to get things started. Sophomore biomedical engineering major. And the what was it, biomechy dual, I beg your pardon. Take out there, and that will hang right at the edge of the house. Jack Neal with his, or excuse me, that's Skolsky. Joseph Skolsky. Looking for the draw around that protection. I think it's going to clip it. But it'll raise that stone towards the middle ring, or second ring of the house. Chapman's first. Good looking takeout here. Just gets the front stone and we'll clear it out of there. RPI continues to sit shot rock in end number 5. It's a 5-3 lead for Penn. Second stone from Skolsky. This one's going to drift on in. Elena Chapman with her second stone. A takeout that will stay in the house. Here's Cardinals first now. RPI looking to draw. And it looks like it has a little too much on it. A missed opportunity there. Engineers still sitting 1. Shot rock for those watching at any point during a end. It's the rock closest to the button, the scoring rock. You can see that red stone at the very front of the house that just got knocked out. So now Penn sitting 2, about as far apart as you can get. Kirsten Cardinal, the junior vice skip for RPI. Looking to just lay this one up. UPenn has the hammer here. So the engineers trying to just salvage something late on at end number 5. And that's not what they wanted. Right on through the house. So Carly Meyer, the UPenn skip, who does throw 3rd, I'd like to point out for the Quakers. She is in the panda hat. Quakers looking to just compound matters and lay one right in the middle of the house. They now sit 3. In a wide open position here. Discussion here for the engineers. Cardinal and RPI skip Chris Seeley hash things out before Seeley heads down to make his first throw. Crucial point in this match here with RPI down 2. Let's see what they've come up with. Wonder exactly what they're looking to do here. Looks like just to draw to the button here, so interesting play. Penn will obviously look to take this one out. And can really blow this one wide open. Here's Cody Klosser. With his first. Clean takeout there. And RPI's final throw upcoming here. Penn in a very good spot at end number 5 to take at the very least 2, you'd imagine. Seeley. They're going to make the Quakers do it again. Just across the tee line. And what should be a pretty routine takeout. The Quakers can all but ice this game if they do this correctly. With the little knock and roll here. The hammer belongs to Klosser and the Quakers. Trying to blow this one open. Plenty of weight on it, right down the center line. Doesn't want to take out his own stone, but he does, and still 3 for UPenn. Eight 3 after 5 ends. For the Quakers over RPI. Engineers need to, not quite a miracle, but it's going to be tough. Over on sheet number 1, Colgate leads RIT's third group 5-4. On sheet 2, it's RPI's third 3 over RPI's second team 3-1. After 4 ends and after 3 ends on sheet number 4, MIT and RIT's second are tied 3-3. Underway in the 6th end. First throw from Scott McGoodwin. And this one right on through the house. I know that feeling all too well. McGoodwin playing in his first Bonspiel. A few times I have curled. That's a lot of times what it looks like. First rock from Jack Neal, the RPI lead. Eight 3 is the UPenn lead. We are at end number 6 of 8. That one will catch an edge of the house. Second from McGoodwin. And that one goes through as well. Engineers kind of need this to get to the house, and it does. Wow. Just enough on it. From Jack Neal. That'll send up Elena Chapman for Penn. And this will be a takeout and nearly a double. Made contact with the second stone, but did not displace it enough. Penn is sitting shot rock currently. Engineers with a hammer here in the 6th. 8-3 Quakers. See what Seeley wants to do. Looks like they're going to try and take out that that Penn stone here. Not quite curling as much as they want it to. It's going to clip it. And that. Mercer and Klosser talking things over here. Here is Elena Chapman with her second stone on the 6th. Looking to draw behind those two on the left side of the house. Well, maybe not. It's curling the other way. Jack Skolsky for RPI. Looking for a little bit of hit and roll here, I believe. It's going to curl a little bit too much and catch it square. At least it'll clear it out of the house. Not a bad throw at all for the Engineers, who now sit 1. So now a big chance for RPI as that one sneaks right on through. takeout weight here, I think. Interesting. Looks like it may have worked out there for RPI. A little bit of a raise there from RPI. They continue to sit 2. Here's Carly Mercer, or Meyer. And this might be another mistake from Penn. They certainly aren't running away with this one, although they lead 8-3. RPI can certainly take advantage here. They have the hammer. It'll be Kirsten Cardinal to deliver here. And this is going to be a takeout. And the house is littered with RPI stones here. And a big time chance really for RPI to jump back in this game. Look to be almost out of it at 8-3. We're in the 6th end. But now the Quakers looking here at a potential double situation. That's the plan, as Cody Klosser will head to the hacks and deliver the first of his 2 stones to end the 6th end. Championship of the RPI Bonspiel here at the Schenectady Curling Club. Lots of weight on this one. And it cleared the last stone. Watch out. Kylie Meyer took that stone in the foot. So it missed the lead stone. They're looking for that lead stone to knock it out of there. Did clip the one in the back of the house, so the engineer's still sitting 2. And they have 2 remaining. Chris Seeley down here at this end of the ice. You can see the teammates at the other end talking it over as well. We'll see what Seeley decides upon here. Might want to set up some cover, although down by 5. You almost think the engineers have to be a little more aggressive than that. They're going to try and draw one in all the way from the left. Late in the day, sometimes you're not going to get a stone to curl as much as you'd like. Will this one come back? Needs to make it into the house. Looks like it's going to. Good spot for it. That's what they were trying to do. Penn's going to go for the double again. They were unsuccessful last time. In fact, Klosser missed that front stone entirely and kind of got lucky to get a piece of the back one, knocking it out. RPI sitting 3. Quakers trying to limit the damage here with their final stone of the 6th end. RPI, of course, here with the hammer. Here's a takeout. Looks like it's better than the last one. It's going to get one. It's going to get just the one. So the engineers just look to draw to the button here and take 3 and make this a game once more. Although realistically, they're going to have to steal in the 7th. Or just limit Penn to just 1. Hope for a big 8th. We'll see. 8-3, Penn leading. RPI with a straightforward play with the hammer. Chris Seeley. Just have to get it there. Neal and Skolsky are going to brush to make sure it does, and it will be 3 for RPI here in the 6th end. Makes it an 8-6 game with 2 ends to go. Don't go anywhere. Sunday morning curling here in Schenectady, not far from the Union College campus. I'd be surprised if Union doesn't take advantage of being so close. Being told that Union does not have a curling team, that would be a great rivalry for this RPI group. Engineers Club started 6 years ago. They've had some success even early on. And number 7, and the Engineers set one up just across the hog line. It's going to be a strategic placing of that stone. Is right on the center line. A draw to the back of the house and out of there. So an early opportunity here in the 7th end, down by a couple. Engineers looking to come back. They were down 8-3, had a big 3 spot in the 5th, or excuse me, the 6th, to answer 3 from UPenn in the 5th. Big draw here from the RPI second, Jack Neal. They need to slow down. It doesn't look like it's going to. Well, it might. This is going to be close. It's going to sit in the back of the house. Wow. Not in a bad spot, RPI. McGoodwin with his second. Some inexperience for the Penn lead. This one might not make it. It won't. Well, RPI has been gifted a chance here as Joseph Skolsky will be the next up. with his first of two. That cover that RPI has put out there is causing some issues here. This one has a lot of weight on it. It's going to find its way all the way through. Sometimes it can be more of a mental thing than anything else. But RPI with a glorious opportunity here, and a second stone upcoming from the RPI second, Joseph Skolsky. It would make sense to set up a little more cover, another guard for the RPI stones in there. Set up a second layer, basically. Well, this one's going to find its way all the way in. It'll raise the one stone, and RPI is now sitting 3. Down by 2. Penn with the hammer in the 7th. So they have that in their back pocket. But really haven't had a good throw here in this end. Elena Chapman trying to change that here with her second. Makes it around the guard. And to the back of the house. And at least looks like it'll eliminate the one RPI stone back there. What will Cardinal do? Kirsten Cardinal, the RPI vice, skip with her first throw. Skolsky and Neal to the brooms. Trying to add some cover here, and will it make it to the house now? No. Tough luck there for RPI. It does provide a second layer of cover to the two stones on the far side. Here's Carly Meyer for Penn. Trying to curl one around that first block. It will catch a piece of that RPI stone and push it further on out, but the engineer's still sitting 2 here in the 7th. Kirsten Cardinal. With her second throw. Folks getting ready for football here on a Sunday afternoon, or Sunday morning, I should say. We have the RPI Bonspiel on RPI TV. There's a stone now out there kind of in no man's land. Still a pretty wide lane for the Quakers to try and fit one in. Here's Myers second. She's going to try to do the exact same thing she just did. Maybe a hit and roll, and that's going to split everybody. Well, a well-placed guard here for RPI can almost assure them two. Still a couple left. Just the skips to go here. In end number 7, it's 8-6, UPenn leading, but RPI in position to try and steal a point or two here in the 7th end. What does Chris Seeley have in mind? Have to imagine some more cover. Another block out in front. Or do they go for more? Looks like they're going to try and lay it up. Can make it a very challenging shot. And that's not a bad spot for it. They want it to straighten out almost. Not impossible here. Certainly left an opening for the Quakers. Cody Klosser. Ready to roll. UPenn up by 2. They have the hammer and have a big shot right here. Take out weight from Klosser. It will do the job. Engineers now with shot rock, the one there. A draw to the button, maybe? Let's see what RPI is trying to pull off here. Not easy. There's plenty of congestion in the top of the house there, the front of it. Seeley. Looks like he has his mind made up. Looks like they're going to go for the hit and roll here. Potentially. Or just to draw and try to hide it behind all those stones there. Well, it looks like more of a draw. Looks like a draw to the button for RPI. They're going to want it to curl Once it gets by that front stone, and it got a piece of it. Oh boy. Not what Seeley had in mind, but RPI still sitting 1. Last stone of the 7th end upcoming. Penn leading 8-6. Big shot here for the Quakers. Klosser. Good form from the 15-year veteran. They don't like the weight on it. Give it a little extra here. And not at all the weight that they wanted. So RPI will pick up the 1. 8-7 as we head to the final end. Engineers steal 1. And will need to do so once again in the 8th. Eighth end here of the RPI Bonspiel Championship. It's the Engineers and UPenn. Both teams winning 3 matches to get here. And RPI will try what it got to work in the 6th. Throwing up some early cover with their first stone off of, or from Jack Neal. Here's Scott McGoodwin. Not sure. This one's going to make it across the hog line. I can't tell from here. Looks like it is. Good enough. Neal's going to look to draw one in behind those 2. The second stone for the RPI lead here in the final end, the 8th. Down 1, every throw gets magnified here for RPI. That one curling very nicely to the left side of the house. Good spot for it right there. Maybe wanted a little bit further, he said, but it'll do. McGoodwin second. With the UPenn Quakers. It's tough when you have inexperienced leads. I know very well what that feels like, and trying to get them to do something simple. This is not a bad shot from McGoodwin. Made it around those two guards, and it will clip and roll into shot rock position. First throw from Skolsky looks to be a takeout here. Joseph Skolsky. They want to straighten out a bit. And now more. It's going to get a piece. Doesn't have enough. Did the job. At least it's going to stay in the house. They wanted that one all the way out, but they're not going to get it. Just by a hair. Didn't want to throw it too hard. They wanted it to stick. It did. And now Elena Chapman for UPenn with her first of two out of the second position. This one looks like it might clip that front rock. No, it won't. In fact, it'll do some damage of its own. Self-inflicted there for UPenn. RPI sitting 2. And it's going to be Joseph Skolsky with his second rock of the final 8th end. 8-7, UPenn leading. The Engineers trying to steal 2 more and win it outright. Looking for a big old hook from this one. Although it's curling quite a bit. Coming back to that center line. This might raise that front stone a bit. It does. They'll kind of clump together there. Chapman with a takeout here, it would appear. Engineers trailed 8-3 after 5 ends. But then scored 3 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th to make it an 8-7 game. This one straightening out. It's going to take out at least one of these stones. RPI still sitting 1. If the match is tied after 8 ends, we'll go to what's called skips rocks, where each skip will have a shot to draw to the button. Whoever is closest will be the winner. But we're a long way from that here. Kirsten Cardinal with her first stone of the 8th. Trying to lay some cover here. Can it get to the hog line? Looks like it will, and it's in a good spot. Good throw from Cardinal. Well played. We would imagine that Meyer might just try and knock that one out. Although Klosser has set up what appears to be a very long draw into the house. We'll see how this pans out. Doesn't look like it has enough on it, and that's going to curl. That's going to make it to the hog line, but not any further. And just well, not what the Quakers wanted. You can hear Seeley, I believe, calling for the draw from Cardinal. If she can somehow squeak one in here, the Engineers can win this one outright. Right now, ended as it is here in the 8th, it'd be 8-8. As RPI has shot rock. They're going to go for the challenging draw here. Will it come back is the question. A lot of times late on in a Bonspiel, it's getting close to 8:30, or excuse me, 11:30, 12:30. Beg your pardon. Won't curl quite as much as you want, but even I guess in the worst case scenario for RPI, just more cover. Another block there for the Quakers to deal with. Meyer's second. It's going to knock on this RPI stone, but not really out of the way. Well, this 8th end has Skip's Rock written all over it. Seeley is thinking about potentially working around the left side. Very aggressive. A reminder, if we do go tied, we will have Skip's Rocks. Just the two skips will face off in a single throw for the button for the win. So no extra ends here in Schenectady. Plenty of discussion, as you would imagine. 2 stones left for each team, an 8-7 UPenn lead in the championship of the RPI Bonspiel at the Schenectady Curling Club. The Engineers can secure almost, sending this one to Skip's Rocks, which is almost like a shootout, or anything can really happen there with just the one throw. They're going to try and draw. And it'll turn into another block, another guard. If it wasn't impossible already to fit a stone in, now it's just getting more and more difficult. First stone for Klosser. He and Meyer mulling over the throw on the near side. Back at the other end, it's Chapman and McGoodwin. You can see those two. On broom duty here for the final two rocks for UPenn. 8-7 is the Quaker advantage. It's been a classic here in the final game. Engineers trailed 8-3 after 5. They picked up 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. And right now they sit 1 here to the tying stone. Klosser, I should say, is going to try the left side. And it doesn't look like it's going to come back. That one right on through the house, so whatever Penn was trying to do there went by the wayside. It's Kansas Curling Club, if you're wondering, opened in 1907. Of course, they played outdoors back then in 1951. This building opened here on Balltown Road in Schenectady. So Seeley will attempt his first rock here in the 8th. The pace has really slowed down here. Seeley's first rock, and they're going to compound things here with this stone. Little still a lot of congestion out in front of the house there. RPI sitting 1 still. We have a tie game if all things hold. Here comes the hammer in the 8th end from UPenn and the vice skip Cody Klosser. It'll be interesting to see if this one does go to Skip's rocks. Klosser has been throwing last as the vice skip. The skip on the UPenn team listed as Carly Mercer, but she's been throwing a 3rd. So we'd imagine she would be the one who would throw against Chris Seeley. A prayer here in the final throw will not do it. 8-8 after 8 ends. What a game here in the championship. Everything you'd want from a final. They're going to have Skip's rocks here to decide it. Oh boy. One rock each to determine the winner. Not sure who's going to be going first. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. It'll be Seeley to throw first here. Not sure what I'd want to do in this situation. Probably first. Although if you throw second, you know what you need. Either way, a lot of pressure here on the skips. Seeley, the senior computer science math dual major. The only other note on him I have, it says he's a firm believer that leprechauns are real. Drawing to the button here. Trying to make it a challenge for Penn. Now he calls for the brooms. Curling a little bit more than he wanted it to, and it will be it's a good throw. Can't complain about that. They will measure. And that's what UPenn will have to match here. The measuring tool is out. See if we can get a figure on that. Maybe one of the guys on the ice can find that out for us. Very precise here. There it is. So UPenn will need to beat that distance. It's no longer there. We are in Skips Rocks here to determine the winner in a curling equivalent of a shootout. You might see in soccer or hockey. It'll be Cody Klosser for Penn. Seeley fit his rock just inside the red ring of the house. And already Klosser joining the broom group here. Is it going to curl enough? This is going to be very close, and it's not going to make it. And the Engineers win it. What a final here. They went to Skips Rocks. The Engineers came back from 8-3 after 5 and win it in the end over UPenn. They host Engineers' first team. It's the win. It's Chris Seeley and his group. Kirsten Cardinal, Joseph Skulski, and Jack Neal. Exciting end here in Schenectady as RPI takes it. Engineers got 1 in the first end, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, and 1 in the eighth to force the Skips Rocks. UPenn had a big second, scoring 4 times. They got 1 in the third to go up 5-1. And we're then up 8-3 after the 5 ends, but a big time comeback for RPI. And in the end, it was Chris Seeley's throw that ended up winning it for RPI. To thank everybody watching here at the Schenectady Curling Club and on RPI TV in this one. Engineers take the RPI Bonspiel over UPenn the Quakers. This has been Perry Lascaris. Thank you once again for watching.